When we're asked to simplify a variable term in algebra, what we're being asked to do is to multiply all numbers together to get one numerical coefficient and to consolidate our variables and express them with exponents. So it will look something like this. 3 times 3, because remember, side by side without any sign in between means multiply every single time. So this means 3 times x. Well, I can simplify 3 times 3 into one number, which is 9. And I only have one x, so I'm not going to get any simpler than that. I don't need to write x to the 1. It is implied by just having an x there. There's one of them. Okay, this one says 3 times a times b. Well, I only have one number, so my number's 3, and I only have one a, and I only have one b. So this would be a simplified version. I would just remove the parentheses and express it that way. All right, 2 times 5 is 10, and I have x times x. And in exponential form, we can write that as x to x squared, because it tells me repeated multiplication. So exponents are repeated multiplication. All right, let's have a look at this one. 3 times 4. So again, a raised dot means multiply, just like side-by-side parentheses. It's just another way of writing it. 3 times 4 times 2 times x. So 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. And I have one x. So just put the x. Here I don't have any numerical coefficients, so I just have my variables. I have two x's, so I have x squared, right? I have 3 y's, so y cubed, and I have 2 t's, t squared. You notice I didn't put any parentheses, I didn't put a dot. I could have put a dot in between, but it's not necessary. With variables, I can write them side by side, and that means multiplication. All right, this one's got a fraction. So when I multiply across, right, I'd be 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 1 is 3, or I can cross cancel. So both of these are the same number, so I can divide by 3. That means 1 and 1. So actually, my coefficient is just 1. C times C times C times C. I've got 4 of them, so C to the 4th. I wouldn't write 1 if that's what my coefficient was. I would just make it look like a 1. I would just write C to the 4th. That is the most simplified version. Okay, this time I've got 2 over 18 times 2. So I can put this over 1. I can cross reduce to make my math easier, or I can just multiply across and reduce after. I like to cross reduce, so I'm going to divide by 2 is 1. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So 2 times 1 is 2. 9 times 1 is 9. So there's my numerical coefficient. And then I have x times x times x. So I'm going to put an x and have it be cubed. Okay, now with variables and fractions, there's a few ways you can write that mean the same thing. Okay, so I can write this x out front here around the middle of that fraction, or I can write 2x cubed divided by 9. Both mean the same thing. Okay, for math purposes, for what we're going to do in math, this is the preferred way, because then we can just deal with this number separate. It's more clear and easy, but this is also acceptable for now.